As 2022 ends soon and 2023 is around the corner, let's have a quick recap of all the memorable events in the Indian football calendar this year. From hosting the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup and AFC Womens Asian Cup to getting banned by FIFA and qualifying for the 2023 AFC Asian Cup, there have been a lot of events to relook from this year. January 2022. India hosted the 2022 AFC Womens Asian Cup in the Maharashtrian cities of Mumbai, Navi Mumbai and Pune. The tournament was played between the 20th of January and the 6th of February. 11 of Asia's best women's national teams, along with hosts India, fought for the ultimate glory. Although the matches were played with no fans in the stadiums, the games were widely watched since a lot of star players like Sam Kerr, Ji Soyun, Saka Kumagai and other famed internationals featured in the matches. The Blue Tigresses drew goalless in their first game against Iran, and after that, they were forced to exit the tournament on home soil without even playing the remaining 2 group stage games, as many players and staff in the team got infected with COVID-19, despite strict protocols and measures in place. China, Japan, South Korea, Philippines, Chinese Taipei, Australia, Vietnam and Thailand made it to the quarterfinals. Among them, China, South Korea, Japan and Philippines qualified for the semi-finals. In the semis, China defeated Japan and South Korea defeated Philippines to seal their place in the final. China, the record holders of the competition, emerged as the winners once again as they defeated South Korea in the final by a 3-2 scoreline to clinch the AFC Women's Asian Cup for the 8th time in their history. March 2022. In March, Jamshedpur FC defeated ATK Mohun Bagan by a goal to win the 2021-22 season ISL League Winners' Shield. After that, on the 20th of March, the ISL League was played between 2-time runners-up Kerala Blasters FC and maiden finalists Hyderabad FC in Goa's Fatorda Stadium. It was the first game in the past 2 seasons where the fans were allowed to watch the game in the stadium. Sahil Tavora scored a wonder goal in the dying moments of the game, cancelling Rahul KP's goal and taking the game to extra time, and finally to the penalties where Hyderabad FC emerged victorious over Kerala Blasters after heroics from their veteran goalkeeper Lakshmikant Katimani in the shootout. On 25th March, India won the SAFF Under-18 Women's Championship that was played in Jamshedpur. India edged out in the goal difference over Bangladesh in the final game of the round-robin tournament, which also had Nepal participating in it. April 2022. The main round of the 2022 Santos Trophy was played in Malappuram, Kerala from the 16th of April to the 2nd of May. 10 teams were divided into 2 groups of 5 teams each. The top 2 teams from each group progressed into the semi-finals. In the semis, Kerala defeated Karnataka, while on the other hand, West Bengal defeated Manipur. In the final, hosts Kerala were up against record holders West Bengal. Bengal took the early lead at the beginning of extra time after the game was goalless till 90 minutes. But Kerala scored in the 117th minute to score the vital equalizer and take the game to the penalties, where they won in the shootouts to claim the Santos Trophy for the 7th time in their history. The inaugural ISL Developmental League was hosted in Goa from 15th April and continued till 20th May 2022. It saw 7 ISL reserve teams along with Reliance Football Young Champs participate in it. At the end of the league stage, Bengaluru FC won the first edition of the youth tournament. Kerala Blasters FC finished in 2nd place. Champions Bengaluru FC and runners-up Kerala Blasters made it to the final tournament of the Next Gen Cup in the UK. May 2022. On 14th May, Gokulam Kerala FC defeated 2nd placed Mohammedan SC by a 3-1 scoreline in their last game of the season to clinch the crown of Hero I-League for a 2nd straight year running. After wrapping up their I-League season, the Malabarians were straight away heading to the AFC Cup action as they faced the likes of fellow ISL clubs like ATK Mohun Bagan, Basundhara Kings of Bangladesh and Mazia SNRC of the Maldives. While Gokulam Kerala's got a direct spot in the group stages, ATK Mohun Bagan had to come through the playoffs where they defeated Sri Lanka's Blue Star FC and Bangladesh's Dhaka Abahani Limited. Gokulam Kerala FC started with a shocking result as they defeated group favourites ATK Mohun Bagan by a 4-2 scoreline in the opener. But the side from Kerala lost their two remaining games against the two South Asian clubs. Meanwhile, ATK Mohun Bagan thrashed Basundhara Kings 4-0 and Mazia S&RC 5-2 to qualify for the knockout stages of the AFC Cup, courtesy of a better goal difference among all teams. The Hero IWL, which kicked off on 15th April, ended with a penultimate title decider in the final game of the season between holders Gokulam Kerala FC and Sethu FC. The game was played on 26th May and it ended up in a 3-1 win for Gokulam Kerala FC, which helped them retain their Hero IWL title. June 2022. June was massive for the Indian men's national team as it had to play in the 2023 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers in Kolkata. Hosts India had Cambodia, Afghanistan and Hong Kong in their group. India played quite a few friendly games this year against good teams like Bahrain, Belarus and Jordan to prepare themselves for the qualifiers. They were also scheduled to face Zambia, but the match got cancelled. Although it lost all those international friendly matches, it was good learning for the team. In the opening game of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, India comfortably defeated lowly ranked Cambodia by 2 goals thanks to Sunil Chhetri's brace, a goal from the penalty spot and another astonishing header. In the second game, India was up against known opposition in Afghanistan. Both sides met twice in the World Cup qualifiers and both games ended in a 1-1 draw. India scored the first goal around the 80th minute mark thanks to Sunil Chhetri's top-notch free kick goal. But shortly afterward, Afghanistan equalized with a header from the corner kick. In the final moments, Ashik gave a thorough pass to Sahal, who shot it in the left corner and out of the goalie's reach to win the game by 2-1 for India. Ahead of the final game against Hong Kong, India's spot in the final round of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup was confirmed thanks to other matches going their way. Despite that, Team India defeated Hong Kong by a 4-0 scoreline to make a statement that they are coming for Asia. Defender Anwar Ali started the scoring early in the game, while captain Sunil Chhetri added another goal at the end of the first half. In the final quarter of the game, strikers Manveer Singh and Ishan Pandita scored a goal each to complete their Asian Cup qualifiers on a memorable note in front of the jam-packed Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata. July 2022. At the end of July, the ISL Reserve League winners Bengaluru FC and runners-up Kerala Blasters went to the United Kingdom to play in a developmental and exposure tournament through an initiative by the Premier League and the ISL. The likes of Tottenham Hotspurs, Leicester City, West Ham United FC and Crystal Palace FC. Although the scores were not that great for the Indian sides, it was a great learning experience for the youngsters. August 2022. On 5th August, India won the SAFF Under-20 Men's Championship in Bhubaneswar by defeating Bangladesh 5-2 in the final after regulation time. It was sweet revenge for the Blue Tigers, who saw a defeat to Bangladesh in the round-robin group stage earlier on in the competition and flashed second. Nepal, Maldives and Sri Lanka also took part in the competition. On the 15th of August, FIFA, the governing body of football, suspended the AIFF, that is the All India Football Federation, for having third-party intervention in its administration called the Committee of Administrators, also known as COA, after the Supreme Court decided to form a body to work on the day-to-day affairs of the AIFF as former President Praful Patel and his corrupted administration was continuing to work beyond its said tenure, and also the elections were not held for a long time of over many years. After getting suspended, the Supreme Court acted promptly to disband the COA at the earliest and also to hold the elections. On 25th August, exactly 10 days after the suspension was imposed, FIFA officially lifted the suspension imposed on the AIFF as the third-party body called COA was discontinued. On the 16th of August, the historical football competition called the Durand Cup was restarted after a year's absence. The matches were held across 3 states, namely Assam, Manipur and West Bengal. The games were played in a group stage and then knockout format. 16 teams comprising ISL teams, I-League sides and a couple of service teams participated in this edition. The knockout stages were played in Kolkata across 2 venues. September 2022. On 2nd September, the AIFF presidential elections were held. it was contested between former goalkeeper turned politician Kalyan Chaubey and Indian football legend Baichung Bhutia. It was Chaubey who became the new president after the end of election polls calculation. He became the first AIFF president who was also a former professional footballer. India had a disastrous outing in the 2022 SAF Women's Championship in Nepal. The tournament, which was played from the 6th to the 19th of September, saw India, the record champions of the competition, fail to make it to the final. India finished second in their group, which had Nepal, Bangladesh and Pakistan. The Blue Tigresses progressed into the semi-finals but lost out to hosts Nepal by a 1-0 scoreline. Eventually, Bangladesh went on to become the champions for the first time in their history by defeating Nepal 3-1 in the final. On 4th September, India won the 2022 SAF Under-17 Men's Championship in Sri Lanka by defeating Nepal in the final by a 4-0 scoreline. Bangladesh, Maldives, Bhutan and Sri Lanka were the other participants. India lost to Nepal and finished second in their group, which also had Bhutan. After that, the Blue Tigers progressed into the semi-finals where they defeated Bangladesh by a 2-1 scoreline to qualify for the finals against Nepal. The Durand Cup knockout stages were ongoing in September. 2 I-League clubs and 6 ISL clubs qualified for the quarterfinals. Among them, only Hyderabad FC, Bengaluru FC, Mumbai City FC and Mohammedan SC made it to the semi-finals. Out of them, only Bengaluru FC and Mumbai City FC made it to the Durand Cup final, where Bengaluru FC defeated Mumbai City by a 2-1 scoreline to lift the cup. September also saw the AFC Cup interzonal semi-finals being held. India's ATK Mohun Bagan faced Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur City FC on the 7th September. Although the Mariners dominated the majority of the game in all aspects, it was the visitors who surprised everyone by taking the lead at the 55th minute mark. ATK Mohun Bagan equalized in the final moments of the game courtesy of Fardeen Ali Maula's goal, but Kuala Lumpur scored 2 quick goals to win the tie and progressed to the next round of the AFC Cup. The Indian national team was invited to the friendly tournament in Vietnam, where they came up against hosts Vietnam along with Singapore. Ashik Kurunian's goal helped the Blue Tigers grab a point against Singapore, but in the second game against hosts Vietnam, Team India suffered a 3-0 loss. October 2022. India started its Under-17 AFC Asian Cup 2023 qualifiers campaign in Saudi Arabia on 3rd October. After big margins win over Maldives, Kuwait, Myanmar, India were up against the hosts on 9th October to emerge as the group winners and qualify directly. Despite a valiant effort, India lost 2-1 to the Saudis but qualified for the final tournament as one of the 6 best second-placed ranked teams in the group stages. To read in detail about India's journey in the competition, click the tile above. The ISL 2022-23 season started on 7th October in Kochi with an opening game between Kerala Blasters and East Bengal FC. This season will be very long with its new extended format of weekend-centric games and also a new change in the playoffs format. The season is expected to end in March 2023. October also saw India host the 2022 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup from 10th October. 15 nations along with hosts India took part in the tournament. India was grouped in Group A along with USA, Morocco and Brazil. In the opening game, India saw a humiliating 8-0 defeat to the hands of powerhouse USA. In the second game, it was followed by a 3-0 loss to Morocco. In the final group stage game, the Blue Tigresses had to go through another thumping 5-0 defeat against the Brazilians. USA, Colombia, Spain, Germany, Nigeria, Tanzania, Brazil and Japan made it to their quarterfinals. Out of them, Nigeria, Colombia, Japan and Spain qualified for the semi-finals. Spain defeated Japan and Colombia edged past Nigeria to book their place in the final. Spain won by a 1-0 scoreline against Colombia to lift the cup. On 14th October, India began its Under-20 AFC Asian Cup 2023 qualifiers campaign in Kuwait. The Blue Tigers lost their opening game against Iraq by a 4-2 scoreline, and it made it mandatory to win the second game against the powerful Aussies. But the youngsters saw another late defeat by 4-1 margin, which killed all their hopes of qualifying. In the final game, India defeated hosts Kuwait by a 2-1 scoreline to take some positives from the qualifiers campaign. Despite the disappointment, There were a lot of promises for the future. To read in detail about India's journey in the Under-20 AFC qualifier campaign, click the tile above. November 2022. November saw the Hero I-League kicked off on the 12th of November with an opening game between champions Gokulam Kerala FC and runners-up Mohammedan SC in Malappuram, Kerala. 2022 was a massive year in Indian football calendar. Although there were many ups and downs, it saw a lot of memories and achievements being made this year, and 2023 will certainly have more to offer without a pinch of doubt. Share your thoughts on the year 2022 and the most notable things that happened in Indian football. Let us know your opinions in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video.